The Delhi Services Bill has finally been passed by both houses of parliament. In the upper house, Rajya Sabha, 131 votes were received for the motion moved by Home Minister Amit Shah, which means 131 people voted in favor of this bill becoming an act. 102 opposition MPs voted against it, but all of this did not go without its own share of drama. The biggest drama was the allegation that Aam Aadmi Party's Rajya Sabha MP Raghav indulged in some kind of a forgery and he breached the privilege of the members of parliament. So what really happened there? While the division was being sought, just before that the chair said that there is a proposal, there is a motion that has been moved to send this bill to a select committee, and the names of the members of parliament whose names were read out, including Sasmit Patra of the Biju Janata Dal, Thambi Durai of the AIADMK, Narhari Amin, and two others. So five of them stood up and said that they had never been consulted. They had not given their consent. So their consent being taken to move this motion was a breach of their privilege. Home Minister Amit Shah then stood up and said that this indeed should be probed, and the BJP is now alleging that this was an attempt to forge the signatures of the members of parliament. Very serious issue into which perhaps an investigation will be ordered, a probe will be ordered. Raghav Chaddha's allegation against him, and he said that he is going to respond to all of that. But other than this drama, what else was the back and forth? It all began with Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who had also taken up this matter in the Supreme Court, him listing out as to how this bill was unconstitutional. It was a way to deny the people of Delhi their rightful representatives the right to govern Delhi the way they wanted to. It also said that here is a typical case where bureaucrats are going to have more say of the Chief Minister's argument that you've heard in the Lok Sabha as well. Similar line of argument by most opposition leaders, and how it was responded to. Raghav Chaddha, in fact, once again, he was speaking for the Aam Aadmi Party. He stood up and even accused those who were supporting the government, basically YSRCP and the BJD, the two parties who were not part of NDA but who were supporting. Raghav Chaddha quoted Mahabharata and said that even when the war was on, a chance was given to the Kauravs that if they thought that this fight was in favor of Dharma, then they should cross over, essentially alluding to these members from YSRCP and BJD, that if you think what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying is right and what the government is saying is wrong, then now is the time to cross over. When Amit Shah got his chance, when the Home Minister got his chance to rebut a very political speech, essentially saying that Delhi is a typical case, it's not a full state, it's a UT, a union territory with a state legislature. So therefore, this expectation of getting full rights of a state is something which is not right, not constitutional, and he called this a completely political gimmick. Also accused the Aam Aadmi Party of being part of the India Front only till the passage of this bill. So now the bill has been passed by both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Presidential assent would make this into an act, and then it will be interesting to note if the opposition parties led by AAP once again knock at the doors of the Supreme Court to challenge this. But for now, the BJP, the NDA has had its way. The Delhi services will be governed by the centre, which will be governed through the Lieutenant Governor's office.